So he's become so normal, he doesn't have the ability to hunt the monsters anymore. The more we watch of this show, the less human Yoshiki becomes, and the more human Hikaru becomes. The fact that the monster is gonna have the moral compass by the end of this story, bro. So after episode 8 of the Summer Hikaru Died, yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed the worst case scenario was just confirmed. The more human Hikaru becomes, the less human Yoshiki becomes. And with that brings probably a guaranteed depressing ending when the story is all said and done. Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around. Your Patreon is, of course, to catch my full live reactions if you want to help support the channel. So, it was pretty clear last week that's what's happening. A human becomes more monstrous, a monster becomes more human. This episode, like, it just beats you over the head with it. That scene with the sunset, it felt like it was pulled straight from Higurashi. Something about this show and sunsets makes me so unnerved, and usually, you know, that's a very peaceful, romantic type lighting. He looks at him dead in the eye and says, hey, you know, if you kill someone again, I'll just be there for you. It's a mixture of a disappointed parent being like, well, I can't help it. You are who you are, but I'll love you no matter what. But also, it just really highlights, I don't know if our boy's human anymore. Because the fact that Hamster Pal literally recognizes he has no emotion, like there's something wrong with the kid. Like, I get the fact that ever since his boy died, he hasn't been sleeping right, and like the past year has just been hell for him. But given the addiction, you know, themes that the show's running with, there's a lot of themes, but one of them is absolutely addiction, unable to kick something that is guaranteed to hurt you long term. I mean, as much as we may like the current relationship thing going on here, there's no denying it's an addiction. It's an inability to let go of someone who died in order to stay with someone who looks like him. And the idea of like knowing that this thing is probably going to continue to kill. It's very painful because there's no... If you have an immediate reaction that says this is the only way it should go, you're missing the entire point of this show. The entire point of this show is to make you conflicted with each passing episode, with each passing chapter, to make you say, this week I feel completely against Hikaru. What he's done is unacceptable, or this is a monster who should be put down. And then another week you'll say, damn, maybe we can raise him to get out of what he was destined to be. There's so many different things you'll feel, and I think that's what makes this show my favorite of the season, is because it's conflicting. It's conflicting in all the right ways. You start the episode off Googling how to remove bloodstains, bro. And then by the end of the episode, we confirm that Hikaru is 100% less monstrous than where he was. Because up till this point, anything that tried to jump Yoshiki, he would kill. And the fact that they foreshadow it very subtly. At the beginning of the episode, he's like, oh yeah, I patched up the wound, it's fine. And then later in the episode, he has a bruise because he bumps into the side of a table or whatever, and the bruise didn't heal. And he also says he felt the pain of that. That's never happened until this episode. So when a headless ghost is trying to jump him, he says, don't worry, boss, I got it. And then his eye starts bleeding and convulsing because he can't do it. And they're running for their life. That was a truly horrifying scene, because the thing that used to keep him safe from all these ghouls and ghastlies, and the fact that he has such PTSD whenever they're around, the thing that was keeping him safe can no longer keep him safe, on top of the fact that his mental health is going down the drain because he wants to keep a monster around as a pet, as a boyfriend, as a friend. It's hard to say at this point, maybe all of the above. And that's what's really remarkable about this show, is like, with them confirming the worst case scenario. Because really, the best case scenario is Yoshiki's mentally well and can teach Monster how to be human. Go look in our own world what happens when a mentally unwell person raises a child. Typically, the child doesn't turn out right. Basically, what's happening with this show is he is raising him like a kid. It's an infant not knowing its own strength and what it can and can't do. Even when asked, do you know, like, what's wrong with killing? He's like, no, I don't really understand what I've done, no. But apparently you don't want me to do it, so I'm trying my best. A mentally unstable parent who should probably be in a straitjacket locked in a padded room so he can emotionally recover, is raising an Armageddon level baby who wants to be a power bottom for him. It's a mess. It's an enjoyable mess, but it's a mess nonetheless. And while there's definitely some fun about the episode, like, whenever I thought this man was gonna jump us, like, when we finally went face to face, he'd be a menace, he took the freaking hamster out of the cage and they were goofing off. Was not expecting that, but apparently he sees himself in him. I mean, it makes sense, similar scars and everything, but I don't know where we go. For the longest time, I thought potentially the story would end with him somehow finding a way to seal him back into the mountainside. Like, obviously we can't kill the thing, right? Like, it just does. Well, actually, after this episode, we might be able to. If he becomes more human where bruises and shit don't heal, stab wounds might actually kill him. But before this, I always figured he would trap him on the mountain and it'd be this bittersweet goodbye. At this point, I'm starting to wonder if old Hikaru gonna put Yoshiki down at some point, because I think he's getting mentally unwell. I don't know. There's a lot of ways it could go. With each episode, I have a different feeling of what should happen. For the longest time, I was against Hikaru even continuing. And at this point, I'm honestly wondering if the end of last episode should happen again, but this time Hikaru does it to Yoshiki and then Hikaru, finishes himself off. I guess to be fair too, at the end of last episode, he took half of his heart away, or whatever it was supposed to be, and gave it to him. That's what he was holding at the start. So I guess that could also be why he's less effective at protecting against spirits, right? And also why maybe some damage is, like, lingering more. I don't know. There's a lot, though. There's a lot going on, and I think it's wild to say, and I know this is unhinged, but Yoshiki might be more mentally unwell than imposter Hikaru at this point. I feel dirty saying that, but I think it's true. You can let me know your thoughts. On one hand, I'm not surprised the monster's becoming more human and the humans becoming more monstrous. That really was a conversation I was having last week with people. But the fact that the man who I thought was going to shake us down and make us call him daddy played with a hamster, and then we were like, haha, it's pooped on her. How is this show a masterpiece when those are the scenes we watch sometimes? But it is. So your thoughts down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around. Your Patreon is, of course, where you get those full live reactions and other exclusives, like I give video shoutouts to my patrons. So today we got Hayden, Cody Namir, Project 7, Emma K-Pop, Sandra N, 0451 Jim, Mobita, Himi Meow Toga, and we also have Misto Dreamer. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.